great to see you.
Thank you, thank you.
You've been rocking out for, what, 30 years now?
And I'm exhausted.
I was going to say, do you still have as much fun on stage now as you did back then when you were starting out?
I think it's probably more fun now. I'm not as stressed out about everything. So.
How's the recovery, though?
That's great. I'm doing fine now. Back then, it just seemed really weird. What was everybody doing?
Yeah,
now.
I feel like in Australia, a lot of fans are going to want to hear Mr. Jones, one of your biggest hits, and a song kind of about wanting to becoming a rock star, but obviously now, at the height of your success, you've kind of done that. So has that kind of changed what it's like to sing that song?
No, I mean, I'm endlessly impressed that I nailed that song. I wrote it when I was not in the least bit famous. I got famous, which right there, that was a nice shot. And also, it turned out just as weird as I thought it would. No, I really love that song, and I'm proud of it.
When you say it turned out was just as weird as you thought it would, after like 30 years of this, what is the strangest thing about the rockstar lifestyle you've experienced?
Everybody but us, all the other people. Fame is a very strange thing. I've always said, fame isn't something you do, it's something other people do to you. The whole world just goes kind of crazy at you, and you have to kind of swim on top of that. It's a very strange kind of new gravity.
And who is Mr. Jones? I know you're asked all the time. We just thought we'd throw it in
Kevin
there.
Bloody Wilson.
Well, actually, speaking of Australian icons, the latest EP, Butter Miracle Sweet 1, and I hear there was meant to be a follow-up, but it's been sort of delayed because of an Australian group, Gang of Youths, local heroes.
Yeah, I was in England. They're very good friends of mine.
Yeah.
And I went to London at the end of the trip. I had just finished writing Sweet 2. I went to London on the way and sang on the record for the second time. I sang on the first version of the record, and then they scrapped it, and I came back and sang on the second version of the record. And after I got home, David sent me the finished record, Dave Leo Pepe.
Yeah.
And I listened to it, and I thought, oh, yeah, that's really good. This isn't. I'm going to have to redo this. This isn't really good enough. I realized, okay, I love this record. Especially, it was this one song, The Man Himself, and I just thought, yeah, I got to rewrite some of this stuff. It's not good enough.
Yeah, but hold on a second. It might not have just been their talent. It could have actually been Daniel Ricciardo who did this for them.
Yeah, and he gets name dropped too.
All the time.
Ricardo is racing is the lyric on the record. I mean, yeah, I didn't get name dropped.
No, which I think is absolute rubbish. But he's obviously hugely talented. Would you consider having him on any of your albums?
Yeah, no, I mean, David told me they're thinking of getting rid of Donnie and just, get Danny in there. Danny, Donnie, it's a one-letter switch.
So easy.
So it's no big deal.
You guys have been also the soundtrack to some huge pop culture moments. I'm talking about Accidentally in Love in Shrek 2. Susie has been singing it all day. So. But also Cruel Intentions, Colourblind. Well, I mean, obviously you write these songs, abstract of the film. When you see it take on that new life and people kind of connect with them because of these other stories, so how does that work for you?
Well, I always thought that was really cool. When I was a kid, I was really knocked out watching The Graduate. My parents took me to see The Graduate, long after it had come out. And all the Simon and Garfunkel music in it. And I thought, well, it was just so cool to have your stuff in this other world as well. And especially something like Shrek, because, that stuff's timeless. My grandmother saw Snow White. My mom saw it. I saw it. If I have kids, they'll see Snow White. That's the one part of our culture that lasts forever, are really good kids' movies, animated movies like that.
Yeah.
You end up with Miles Davis covering Someday My Prince Will Come. That kind of music, I mean, it's the chance to have something be part of something timeless.
Do you wish that you had a track on Snow White? Would that have been more lucrative, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's old school. But yeah, I don't know how our music would have gone over then. But it would have been revolution. You wouldn't even be talking about the Beatles. I mean, if we'd been around then, everybody would be talking about how revolutionary we were. Yeah, I'll settle for Shrek. It was cool.
It must be a real buzz, though, to see a toddler kind of singing your tracks back to you.
Yeah, and then they grow up, too, and then there's a whole generation of kids who might not have heard of our band, that were, you know, later than our first hits, but came because of Accidentally in Love. You know, I still am really proud of that.
Yeah.
You know, when that movie is showing somewhere, I'm just, oh yeah, that's me.
Well, Counting Crows EP, Butter, Miracle, Sweet One is out now, and all the tour info is up on our website. Would you please put your hands together for Adam Duritz?